Mom and Dad were busy in the kitchen, cooking, when George walked in as usual to grab some milk and toss the empty carton into the trash. But things took a turn when he pulled out his report card. His grades were awful. Mom Pig stared at the report card, and both Mom and Dad Pig angrily slammed their hands on the table. Mom Pig even slapped Dad Pig. They were ready to teach George a lesson. Mom Pig quickly came back with a shiny box, opened it, and inside was a belt. They were serious about giving George a good punishment. Dad and Mom Pig went to George's door and knocked, but George refused to open it. Meanwhile, George was playing Fortnite, and Peppa stood by, completely in awe of his gaming skills. They kept knocking, but George still ignored them. Suddenly, Dad Pig had a brilliant idea. He climbed onto the roof, tied a rope to the family car, and hung it outside George's window. Then, Dad Pig tied the rope around his waist, heroically climbed through the window like something out of a movie, grabbed George by the nose, and dragged him onto the roof, tying a balloon to him. The two of them were lifted into the air. George looked terrified, but Dad Pig was having a blast, thinking this would teach George a lesson. But things went wrong. They both got stuck on the car until George started sliding off and began to fall. He grabbed onto Dad's pants and landed like a parachute. Soon after, Dad Pig yelled out as he plummeted from the sky, crashing to the ground with a heavy thud, creating a massive hole. George walked over and couldn't help but laugh at his silly dad.